A bad romance. I want your loving. Blah, blah. I messed that up so bad. Sorry, guys, I just woke up. Hey, guys, how's it going? It is I, the real Randy Chavez. I'm coming at you today with an Earth 2 OMI Bitcoin update video. Guys, if you're new, welcome. If you're not, welcome back. Love you all. Everyone say hello to Dashi. Hello, Dashi. What's going on? So, a little bit of news. Lot of news. I see a bunch of people freaking out. I haven't done it yet today, but I am going to put in as much money as I can into Bitcoin and OMI. Again, I haven't had a card sale in a couple of days, but I will put in even more discounts on cards right now just because I'm going to take a Shining Raichu First Edition PSI 10, which is worth about 2,400, and sell it for about 1,900 just because I have the what do you call it? Just because I have the option right now to buy Bitcoin at under 30,000, at like 29,000 something, and OMI at that price as well, 0.0015 or 11, something like that. And what's been happening is that if you look at the Bitcoin chart over the last like 12 hours or something, it's in here, up here, down here, up here. So there's a big mass manipulation in there. Don't know who, don't know what. I think part of it has to do with the fact that like 90% of China's miners were just unable to mine. I don't know if it was just because of a government shut down electricity or because they had a natural disaster, a typhoon, or whatever. But a lot of the miners were going pretty going pretty unable to do their jobs, unable to mine. So as you see Bitcoin going up and down like that so many times, that you could see that there's some type of mass manipulation. Somebody is having a field day, like they're having a party, making so much money on just trading. So I mean, good for them, but great for us. If we just want to continuously buy the dip, which is again is what I'm doing, like I said, I'll show you guys like the transaction by tonight. I'm going to sell a first edition PSA 10 Shining Raichu, which is worth about $2,400. I'm going to sell it for 1,900 because I lined up a buyer real quick. I'm going to take that money. I'm going to pretty much put most of it into Bitcoin and into OMI. And again, what does this mean for Earth 2? Well, Earth 2 right now, you have a Phase 2 about to come out within the next 6 weeks. It's possible it comes out within the next week and a half in June, but from what I believe is going to happen, because again, these guys are very, the developers are very, what do you call it? Just tired, and I hope they take a couple days off and they get Phase 2 out in July. Although their mindset is probably let's get this out first and then we'll take a couple days off. Although they might not be able to because there's probably going to be some bugs in it, and for all we know, there could be some exploitable bugs. Like I guarantee you, whether it's British Guy Dork Slayer or news is going to be reported to me or Guidebook Gaming or Bull Combo or even Ari Realty that says, hey, if you do this in a certain way, you can glitch the game and get so many more resources. I guarantee you there's a bug like that, or like, oh, so I'd be very excited about that. But as far as the crypto goes, there's a decent chance that as soon as it comes out, again, I'm going to buy as much as I can, but it actually doesn't shoot to the moon right away. Or I mean, it might, but there's a chance that as soon as we have some sellers fatigue or buyers fatigue, and as soon as we have some of the flippers that just are going to try to buy it just to flip it real quick, if it goes back down to the price it was, and then a couple of flippers will be like, you know what, I'm going to sell it for actually below the price I bought it at just because I need more money to put it in other things. Cut the losses, and you just could have a downward spiral there, which again would be great for a lot of us that just want to buy the dip. Again, I'm not worried. Again, these are all long-term holds for me. You got, like I said, Bitcoin, OMI, I'm not even sure what Tesla's doing, but when you have things like this, again, experienced long-term hodlers are going to smile. They're going to smirk and be like, yes, great discounts. I've always said, because this is not financial advice, I'm not a financial advisor, that I have a, what do you call it? I always have a vested interest in telling people, do not put in money that you're not willing to lose, and also hodl. Like, if you want to go in and lock in your losses because you think that Bitcoin or OMI can go down even further, again, like if I'm talking to Ari Realty, but our Realty knows better. But just to reinforce it, our Realty, do not try to get cute, and do not try to go and try to sell. Even though you bought up here, do not try to sell here just so you can try to buy down here. But that's ridiculous. Don't ever do that. Don't get cute. You don't know what is going to happen with the market. Nobody can do that on a consistent basis. Just dollar cost average RE Realty. Again, that is just what I have to say as far as that goes. Again, nothing fundamentally has changed about Bitcoin, about VV, or about Earth 2. It's just the cycle that these things go through. Now, moving on, we got Legio Leon saying, "What's up? How you doing? What's up, Legio Leon, my man?" Pata33 says, "Hello, Randy. How you doing today?" I'm doing pretty well. I'm getting about to get a bunch of huge discounts. About to get someone to PayPal me for that Shining Raichu, and then I'm going to what do you call it? I'm going to go and get some more Bitcoin, get some more OMI. Maxwell Cook says, "Fire sale on crypto. Hope it keeps crashing till payday." Oh my god. I hope that by the time, literally as soon as this stream is done, I'm gonna message this guy on Instagram like, "Yep, 1900. All right, PayPal, let's go. I'm gonna send out your Shining Raichu today." He's gonna send it, and then I'm gonna send it right to Coinbase, get all of it in Bitcoin, and then I'm going to say, "Hey, RE Realty, can you put like 800 of this into OMI and buy a lot more?" RE Realty's the sky is falling. Massive OMI discounts. Yes, I'm very, very excited about it. And I was on the podcast with Dan Lee the other day, and Dan Lee was saying that, yeah, I think it actually go lower, and I was like, I hope it does. Like, I think you're wrong, but I hope it does. And lo and behold, he was right, and it actually has gone lower. Again, this is despite the fact that the news we have is that they're doing buybacks already, which should, again, in turn make the price go up. So you have all of these catalysts the last like 3 or 4 months where the price should be going up, but it doesn't. It's going down. So when we do get that explosive growth, it is going to come back with a vengeance. It's going to be a violent bounce back up. But again, we don't know when that is, and we don't know exactly how low it's going to go. But again, just for me, I'm buying as much as I can. Just my particular, what do you call it? My particular point of view, just what I'm doing. Again, I love this because I've been here before. It's like when Muhammad Ali talks about Half Dream World, where he's in it with Joe Frazier. Half Dream World, he describes it as basically like on DMT or something, because you get hit in the head so much that you look around and you see like Rocko's Modern Life, and you see geckos playing the cello, and you think you're crazy. But Muhammad Ali has been there before. He could put on his glasses and act cool. Whereas this, same thing. I've been here before. I've been punched in the face financially multiple times. In 2020, I lost $100,000 because I had clients that were unable to work because of the pandemic. So what was happening with the market as well, I was buying the dip, continuously buying the dip, and guess what happened? A year later, I was able to retire. So if you buy the dip on these things, again, not saying you'll be able to retire in a year, but people that have, I'm going to go with my friend Siobhan and her husband. They have what, 5.5 million OMI. A lot of people that have this, like, some people don't want to become like millionaires or decamillionaires. They don't want to wait until 2026 for it to reach $1. They might say, well, you know what, if I have 5 million OMI and the price reaches what do you call it, I don't know, a penny, and you have $50,000, and where you are, $50,000 could be able to build you a nice house. That's it. They put in like 3, 4, 10 grand or whatever, but they get 50 grand. Cool. That's great. For me though, I have a little bit long-term hodl, give the most gains. Again, longer I hodl, the more animals I could help, the more wilderness areas I can buy. Giancarlo video was very interesting on OMI. Bought some OMI today. Yeah, so the Giancarlo video, for those that don't know, is this guy that I'm not sure what he does in Earth 1 in the real world, but for it was actually the best bear analysis that I've seen. Granted, he did miss a lot of things. He missed a lot of things. I don't know if he even talked about buybacks. He didn't talk about the VV verse. I don't know if he even talked about Comic-Con, but out of the video that he makes for all the, he lists some pros and then he lists a bunch of cons. And he's like, hey, this is why I'm not investing. But he's missing a lot of pros. a lot of things like that. And I think that if he were to come on the channel with me or Dan Lee or maybe Taps Trades, I think we would be able to say like, well, because of this, this, and this, probably, we'd probably change his mind. That being said, he did say he would be all into buying the NFTs, and again, I was looking at Quid the other day, and for those of you that don't know, Quid is right now I think Vivi's only competitor. They have about 15,000 followers on Twitter, and their NFTs are. If they were the only game in town, I'd be like, oh, hey, these are cool. Here's one for Loki. Here's one for the Avengers. Here's one for other things that people that no one's ever heard of. But they're not, and just unfortunately, by comparison, they're just so far down, and the quality just doesn't look as it's horrible. Like again, if they were the only game in town, I'd be like, hey, these are actually pretty cool. Like these are pretty legit. This is something I might collect, but they're not. VV's collectibles are just so much better, and again, I would have a when I'm all in on something. That doesn't mean that I'm suddenly married to this idea that nope, this is the best thing ever. Like when I was all in on high risk lending, well, what changed? What changed was like, well, okay, I see Tesla's super undervalued and Pokemon cards are super undervalued. So I split between I split between high risk lending and Pokemon because Pokemon I thought would give me great returns and I was correct. And then I see Tesla go down. I was like, okay, well, I'm going to stop funding deals and I'm just going to go and buy all this Tesla. And when I'm all in on Tesla and only a little bit of Pokemon, Tesla goes up. Okay, well, Tesla went up a lot. So the fact that I think it's still very undervalued, Pokemon cards going more. So I go all in on Pokemon, and then I go find Earth 2. I was like, okay, well, I have this one card. As soon as I pay it off, go on Earth 2, and then I find OMI. So again, I'm only married to ideas as far as until I find something better, or I find something that is as good that I need to put my money in. So yeah, if I find something better, I'll let you guys know. I've made videos on everything, and we got Rayfax with the $5 super chat saying I just sold my portfolio to lock in those losses for taxes and turn around and bought my entire portfolio back plus a little extra. So be advised, guys, what Rayfax is doing here is what a lot of people can consider very savvy taxing maneuvers, where if you sell your whole portfolio, let's say you bought at 60,000 for Bitcoin, and let's say that's all you have, and you sell at 30,000, what you can do to lock in some losses and be able to say like, hey, you know what, Mr. Government, I lost so much money here, and then you buy back at those prices or even a little bit less. Again, this is very, very advanced because you do run the risk of as soon as you sell and as soon as those orders fill. Depending on what you buy, if the orders fill as they're filling and take some time and then it's up here, well, you have to buy back there because you don't want to risk it going up even higher. But again, doing that risk pays such dividends in the future, because now if you bought over here, and let's say you bought up here as well, you have gains if you sell up there. But if you sell back down here, you have a bunch of losses, and then when it goes back here, those losses can set off those gains, and you can again just not have to pay as much taxes. And depending on what country you're in, I think Italy is like 45% taxes. It's ridiculous. But yeah, I thank you guys for 10 likes also. And so Raythax, great job with that. And the fact that Raythax, as he sold down here and bought a little bit lower, he was able to buy his entire portfolio back and either save a little money or he bought extra. And he bought a little extra for the same exact price, which is great. Again, I don't have the cojones to do that just because I don't. but other people that do, and they can do it very correctly, like Raythax, you can make buku dollars. And Wes with the $5 super chat, $4.99, saying these OMI prices are a gift from the financial gods. I agree 100%. I don't know what like rain Indian dance that people are doing to get this price going lower, but keep on doing it. Like I said, I don't care if I bought at half a penny, 3 cents, or even at 0.002 and it gets cut in half the next day. I don't care about that because that means I could just buy it lower. I know where this is going, and I know right now it might seem like, hey, you know what, maybe Chavez might be wrong. As I'm talking about, Bitcoin and OMI and its relatively new field for him, because He might be wrong. Might be good at stocks and might be good at high risk lending and Pokemon cards, but this is a new field for him, and he's been consistently wrong the last 3 months. Well, okay, true. But when in doubt, zoom out. Like you can take a look at only the last 3 months, and be like, oh hell no, I'm not doing that, because it goes, it's done nothing but go down. But you zoom out and you look at the company and you look at credentials and you look at the interviews of the CEOs. If you look at the interviews of CEOs of Chavez Trading Company and Chavez Canto Project, you're gonna be like, okay, this guy, yeah, probably knows what he's doing. And I see value where I see value, and if I would put my hand on anything, and I would bet or swear that this is still the right call, and I'm still going in. And again, my conviction has never been higher. It only gets higher every single day as these prices go down. The only thing that I do think may or may not happen is, okay, well, maybe at some point, maybe because of this, the SEC says, hey, Bitcoin, we're not going to approve any of the ETFs. And then you will see it go down, and then you will see a big bear market. But again, I just don't see that happening. I just see a lot of market manipulation. I see a lot of FUD, and I see a lot of just people spreading just literally fake news. Like it got CNBC, which again is owned by, what is it, owned by Comcast, or CNBC just going and saying like, or MSNBC saying like, hey, yeah, this is why a bunch of financial institutions are ditching Bitcoin and they're going back to gold. Like, oh, blow me. Excuse my language. I'm so sorry, but like seriously, that's not happening. I guarantee you that's not happening. So I'm gonna go back to the comments here. Oh God, so long. When does the dip stop dipping? The dip stops dipping when it decides to, when the market decides to, when Bitcoin is no longer being fought by the U.S. State Department and the International Monetary Fund that love the dollar. And again, El Salvador is probably receiving a lot of grief from those two places, because they are accepting something that the what do you call it, that goes against what the U.S. dollar stands for. State Department, International Monetary Fund, which love the dollar, they accept something else. Now all of a sudden they don't need to use that dollar. I do have another. Oh, Nomad with Guitar, $4.99 super chat says, bet on anything. But my hair. Yeah, no, I'm not gonna bet my hair. I can't. This is too. And the fact that something happened when the reaction that I got when I shaved my beard several months ago. If I shaved my hair, oh my God, there would be riots. There would be. I'm pretty sure the Nizadal is the guy that got the real Eddie Chavez tattoo will cover that up if I shaved my hair. Raythax with the $5 super chat saying the dip is perfect for E2 crypto. When it comes out, nowhere to go but up. Yeah, that's the other thing. If I'd say not in a I still believe we're in a super cycle, because again, all of this can be explained by the fact that there is market manipulation, China crackdown, or the Chinese miners being unable to mine, and then the fact that you have FUD from and even President Trump, when he was president, and I guess still call him President Trump now, whether he's not president anymore, he loves the U.S. dollar, and he's like, I don't like Bitcoin. Bitcoin's fake money, like the fake news attacking me. Fake monetary value is attacking the dollar. I don't like it. And there's a bunch of diehard Trump fans that are just like, okay, yeah, I don't like Bitcoin now either. It's like, okay, well, he doesn't like Bitcoin because he has billions of dollars. If you don't have billions of dollars and most of your investments are just in dollars, go and Nomad said, I want my money back, Eli. But yeah, but right now, if we are in a super cycle, like I still think we are, then when the Earth 2 crypto comes out and we're on this, K-shaped recovery, as I call it, because, go down, go back up, Bitcoin's just going to go along for the ride. I'm sorry. E2 crypto will go along for a ride in the best way. Like, they are just going to have a party, and the wave, just riding that wave. Like, remember for Alligator, Pokemon Stadium 2, where it's like, surf, and the announcer's like, ride that surf. E2 is going to ride that surf. And I can't heckin' wait for it. So when does the dip stop dipping? Nobody knows. Nomad Guitar says, what's happening, man, OMI? So I went over that already. The good stuff. The stimulus is gone, said Alfred Montaner. Did you? Oh yeah, I don't know if there's another stimulus check on the way. I don't really follow those. There's one guy, I forget what he's called. He's Asian guy and talks like this, and he's like an accountant, and he's like, this is what's happening with Democrats and the Republicans and your next stimulus check and well, and he's really very good. So I did follow him, when this first started going last year. But if there is another stimulus on the way, which I think there is, wait for that other stimulus check, and then boom, more Bitcoin, more OMI, and Earth 2 crypto if that's out by that time. Free Aria says, how did you get your Kangaskhan in the first place? What a unique card. There's this guy there's an app called E4, and E4 is basically it's basically Reddit for Pokemon collectors. There's a place called, want to buy, want to trade, and, this Pokemon financial news. And that's what inspired me to go and make YouTube videos, is because I felt bad posting like 8 different things when a PWCC auction would end. And I was like, I'm just going to make videos about this. I'm just going to talk about this because I was like blowing up the chat. So there's a guy on there that had it, and after intense discussions on a price, we wound up with the price of $80,000. I killed myself last year trying to get that extra money to also still run both businesses and also YouTube videos and all that. And I did. I got it. Got the card. It was great. And Holland says, "What Bitcoin? Watch Bitcoin going down to 10K. If Bitcoin went down to 10K, I will. If Bitcoin goes down to $10,000, I will get a Bitcoin tattoo. Heard it here first. If Bitcoin goes down to $10,000, I will get a Bitcoin tattoo. Just because." There's one I don't think is going to happen, but I hope it does happen. So this way I could buy I will be able to get multiple Bitcoins. I would sell everything, fire sale, like all my Pokemon cards, and just buy as much as I could, because that's so stupid. Like, countries are about to make this legal tender. Again, we already have El Salvador do it. We have Panama, Nicaragua, Nigeria, I think Central America, Panama, like all these different places that are being pressured to do it as well, because a lot of other people's currencies, they just don't like it. They just don't like the fact that again, I think Venezuela, although Venezuela, I feel so bad for my Venezuelan brothers. I'm from Peru, and I have so much respect for those guys, just because Maduro is a complete a-hole, where he says like, oh no, it's illegal to mine Bitcoin. We have to use this money, the Venezuelan dollar, the Bolivar, I think, because it's good, but it's worthless. It's literally worthless. And all I have in there is like ketchup. Literally, you can take someone from any like third world country, have them come to the U.S., and I guarantee you they say like, take them to a supermarket, and I guarantee you they say like, I thought this was only in the movies. I bet you most of them cry. I bet you because it just doesn't happen in those countries. Like, we are so lucky in the U.S. in the first. I'm so thankful I live in the U.S. because, again, military, I've been in those other countries, and a bunch of other countries I'm very, very thankful to be in the U.S. Or any first world country, but yeah, U.S. And I forget where we were going with this. Yeah, Bitcoin going down to 10 grand. Like, you have other countries that are about to approve it, so I don't think that Bitcoin will go down to 10 grand. I hope it does, though. Nomad Guitar says his Tesla 1-year target is only $450, which is about $150 less. Figure if it's about 600, which I don't. Again, I'll bet that it doesn't happen. I bet I'll actually Nomad Guitar. Unless Tesla stock splits again, I think them going down to 450 is pretty much impossible, just because they're about to have a very nice Q2 of what I'm gonna estimate about 187,000 deliveries. So you heard it here first. My Tesla delivery count is estimated to be about 187,000 deliveries, and then Q3 will probably be a lot more than that. We'll probably reach the 200,000 mark, just because you might have either Giga Texas, or not, I'm sorry, Giga Texas, Giga Berlin, that might be online by Q3, and then Giga Texas be online by Q4. So I believe that those numbers will increase. And again, the Cybertruck, when that releases, it's going to be insane. That's going to be absolutely insane. The pre-orders for that are ridiculous. And like I said, Model Y is doing better than the Model 3 and the Model X combined. So yeah, Model Y, it's cheaper and, again, safer. And I don't know if it's safer. All of Tesla's cars are, like, NHTSA declares them like the safest on the road, like every single year. No, Guitar said, dude, OMI coin chart looks exactly like Bitcoin 2008. Rally and pop the exact same time. The numbers will happen to, yeah. Yeah, agreed. This is, you could basically take OMI chart, put it on Bitcoin chart. Oh, it's the exact same. Even over the last few months, you have Bitcoin going down because of the FUD, because of Elon Musk saying that we're going to stop accepting Bitcoin right now, and we sold 10% of our Bitcoin, but they, for some profits and to show liquidity. But they also still are holding 90%. They're still holding $1.35 billion worth of their original investment, even though it's technically down right now. It is because they bought it at probably around 33,000, 35,000 around there. They know what it's doing. And MicroStrategy, Michael Saylor. So MicroStrategy is just sold some stock. They raised some cash for like another $400 million, where they just put in $1 billion literally like a week ago. They raised some cash, put in another $400 million into Bitcoin because these prices are so cheap. They know exactly what they're doing. Michael Saylor is a very, very intelligent guy. Moving on. Alfred Montaner says, all the people who use stimulus money to buy crypto will sell at these prices. These big boy bears doing the shakeout. I hope they don't. If people, this is why I don't like socialism, because if you take our tax money and you give it to people that, again, it's a very special case because people couldn't work because the government wouldn't let them work. But then you have the idea. I'll finish my thought and I'll get right to the super chat. You have some people that, they were scared about COVID because you didn't know what was going on at first. But you give people money and then they do some things with it. Invest in crypto, I don't think is stupid. But investing crypto up here and then selling down here, at least in Bitcoin, that's idiotic. I don't know why people do that. Like, investing is not for you if you can't handle the volatility of the market. It's not. Warren Buffett said that. I'm saying that, like, if you can't handle that, don't. My friend Brian, he was getting into the high risk lending deals. He's like, I can't. I'm always worried that they're gonna default, they're gonna fail, something's gonna happen. And that's okay. Just some people, just their mind just takes up too much real estate in your mind, and you don't want that. So we got a $5 super chat from Daddy Dollar. Say, what's up, Randy? Good morning, my guy. Glad to see you're still raging. OMI Bull. Heck freaking yes. Am I Haley Williams at an Paramore concert? Because, whoa, I never meant to brag. That's exactly what we're doing here. We're going hardcore on a bunch of these. Again, for those of you that are just joining, I'm selling a first edition Raichu, Shining Raichu, PSA 10 from the Neo Destiny set. It's worth $2,400. I'm literally selling it as soon as this is over for $1,900, and I'm going to put pretty much all that back in crypto. I might keep a couple hundred. Ink Pass says Bitcoin will fall to 20K. I hope it does, Ink Pass. I hope it does. We got somebody up there that said 10K. I said if it drops to 10K, I'm getting a Bitcoin tattoo. Ink Pass 8 says will start to go up in mid-August. Maybe. No Metal Guitar says sell everything of yours. Buy OMI at 0.008. Yeah, I was loving buying OMI at 0.008. I liked it at that price, 0.07, 0.005, and you think I'm not loving it? You think I do not? Like I said the other day at like 0.002, like I want to marry that price. And now at 0.00, like 11, I want to cheat on that other price with this price and have even littler prices. And I don't, that's what I want to do. I don't know if any of y'all psychologists, that gives you inner workings to my mind. Pada33 says, Randy, do you believe we're in a bear market? Not yet, no. If the Bitcoin ETF does not get approved, then I do think we would be in a bear market at that point, because then it would take a hit. And then I believe it'd probably go down to, even 10K is so little though. I don't even think it would go down to 10K, but who knows? No Guitar says, what's up all night buying OMI, messing with you? I believe it. Like if I was up during this night and I just had if I was up, I would have been just buying like $250 worth, every time it goes down, like another 0.001. Oh, it's at 0.007, or I'm sorry, 0.0017, 0.0015, 14. That's exactly what I would do. It's like as the price shaves off, you spend more money. Like girl at a strip club, she takes off more clothes, more money. As the price shaves down a little bit and they take off more money, I'm just gonna put in more money. Quad Shoto says, Randy, how about that Trophy Kang? Oh my God, I have like 111 likes on this Viridian in Viridian City Pokemon Bank or whatever, Pokemon City, that is on Facebook. So many people are there, but the issue is people trying to liquidate and taxes. They don't want to liquidate some of their stuff, pay a bunch of taxes, and then have to pay for this card. So they don't. Even though I told them I'd fly out to them, um I've got a bunch of things on Twitter. A lot of the a lot of the OMI gang, OMI gang, OMI gang, OMI gang. A lot of them have been saying like retweeting that and saying like, "Wow, this man selling this card for OMI. What a mad lad." I was like, yeah. So they've been. I got a lot of retweets and just people have been tagging Logan Paul, even though I tagged him already. Tagged Post Malone. Who else did I tag? I don't even know. Steve Aoki, who I've actually spoken to on Discord. I don't think he remembers me though. He speaks to a lot of people on Discord. But Steve Aoki, who's a big Pokemon fan, he spent I think what like $400,000 on a Pikachu Illustrator, and it wound up being a PSA 9. So that card's worth a lot more now. But he would probably be interested, so I tagged him as well. Yeah, I didn't know he had a TikTok, so I followed him on TikTok. And then on TikTok, I see Avril Lavigne made a TikTok, and she did her first video, and it was Skater Boy. It was her and Tony Hawk, and it was so good. I loved it. Yeah, so the Trophy Kang, I take 250 for it at this point. 250 is so low. I actually had somebody offer me their house. Again, this is the second time somebody had offered me their house for that card yesterday. But the house, even though it was a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, it was in Oklahoma, it was only worth $175,000. Like I can't. Like if someone were offering me like a home, but it was $450,000, or even $400,000, I would do that and take out an equity line of credit, $200,000, and then I would or just get a new mortgage, on the house, and that pays off the old mortgage, which is nothing, so it gives me the funds, and then I would oh god, that'd be great. That would actually be the best. that would be the best. Afternoon, Nimba Creations. How's it going? Vittori Jean Pascal says, hi, Dashy. Hi, all. Hi, Randy. Do you think another crypto or gov coin could overcome Bitcoin? If it happened, what would happen to OMI? No. Bitcoin is, again, digital gold. Ethereum's digital silver, especially Ethereum 2.0 coming out. Ethereum 2.0, if that comes out very, very quickly, and as Bitcoin is taking a hammer, I still don't even see that going to anywhere. I don't even see it being half of what Bitcoin is. Even if Bitcoin goes down to 20 grand, I just don't see Ethereum going to 10 grand right away. It will at some point, probably by the end of the year, just because I believe we're in the super cycle. But I actually don't believe it, right? That any other coin could surpass Bitcoin, especially a government coin, because they could just print more at any time. It's like saying like, oh, I'm going to get Netflix because I don't want to watch commercials. I don't want this cable bundle deal where I get all these channels. It's useless. I'm just going to get Netflix. Okay, and then I'm going to get Amazon Prime. And then we get Disney. And then we get this and that. And then it's like, okay, well now you're just paying for, you get a package deal, and it's basically cable. No, you're paying that package deal that you were for cable, but now for all these streaming networks. And what I see happening with the government coins is that, okay, they're going to take government coins, government crypto, but it's the same thing as the dollar because they can just print more. They could just mint more. So you're just trading from one thing that they can print to another thing they can mint. I don't see the point of trying to get any of those coins. And Raytax, that $5 super chat means world, saying I just sold my portfolio to lock in those losses for taxes, turned around, bought the entire portfolio back plus a little extra. So again, that particular trick that is very legal. Again, talk to your accountant, but that is legal. Is where you bought down here, and let's say up here as well, and then it goes down here. If you know it's a solid investment, what you can do is you sell, you lock in those losses, that you can report on taxes, and then immediately buy right back. And as you buy right back, you have you could either, so you get all that for the same price, or if it's lower, you get even more for the same price. And then you just lock in those losses. So as it goes up, you could say like, hey, you know what? I have these losses actually, so I'm not going to pay tax on what I bought down here, which is great. That's a great way to save money. That's a great way to save on taxes. And again, if you're like Raytax and you timed it right and it goes a little lower, you could buy back. I don't do that though. Thank you guys for 15 likes. The reason I don't do that is just because I don't have the cojones. If I were to do that, and by the time, let's say, again, Bitcoin would be relatively easy to do, but OMI, just because it is going to take so long for that order to fill, by the time it fills, let's say it goes from 0.0011 to 0.0018. It's like, because anything can happen, especially with those buybacks. So I just don't have the cojones to do that. That would stress me out. But again, if you can do it, like my man did, he's very, very good at it. Because it'd be great. No Metal Guitar says $3,000 max a year. $3,000 max a year. Is that what you're investing in? Like an extra $3,000 a year extra? Wes says these OMI prices are a gift from the financial gods. Yes, Wes, thank you for that super chat. And if there is, and again, I don't know. I don't know anything. I'm a dummy. I don't know what's out there. I don't know what is looking down below, down upon onto us. But I do believe we're in a simulation. And if anything, this might just be luck. I am the first to tell you that I was born lucky, even though I was born in Peru, third world country. All right, that's a bad role. But because I believe we're in a simulation, and whatever alien is using me as an avatar, there's like, well, I'm going to spam this guy with luck. So much luck that I got adopted out of Peru to come to America, which is basically winning the lottery. Like, I won the lottery, like, to come to America. And also, I just happen to be slightly above average intelligence, slightly, enough to where I can see patterns. And maybe it's not even above average intelligence. It's just I can, the one thing I'm good at is seeing patterns, pattern recognition, and seeing what's undervalued and overvalued. And that's just really, and I work hard. So I did very well in the military because I could work hard, and I'm slightly above average. What do you call it? But again, enough about me. I do believe that because I have luck and because I believe we're in a simulation, this is all happening just so I can benefit from it, and y'all are just going to benefit from it as well. Yeah, sharing my ideas and sharing what I'm doing and how I retired at 30, how I made all this money is I think my way of trying to give back a little bit. And again, it's not financial advice, it's not a financial advisor, but just telling you guys what I did to retire at 30 and what I'm currently doing in order to make myself a decamillionaire in the next 5 years, which is $10 million more. But just a good way of giving back. Nima Creations says, I agree with Wes. And everyone smash that like button just because the thumbs up helps with the YouTube algorithm. Sam Brent said, you're right. Quid is cool. I like it, but I like buying cards and stickers in a quarter machine. And Vivi is like going into the comic shop to buy high-end collectibles. Yeah. Also, I just haven't seen things on. I don't see the Dan Lees. I don't see the Taps trades or the real Randy Chavez is making videos about Quid. I just don't see that. The same way like I don't see people like the Guidebook Gamings, like the Nameless, the King Tech Ops, or the Bull Combo, or the Aria Realties. I don't see that happening with like My Neighbor Alice or things like that. Like Earth 2 is like the what do you call it? The game that just has it for virtual reality and virtual real estate. Again, they are behind just because they haven't completed their game yet. They're still only in phase 1. But as that game progresses, oh my God, with the graphics, where everyone else, the graphics looks a little cartoony, which is fine. That's great. Even like some stuff that has made it with Flash animation. I like it. I really do. Polytopia isn't like crazy graphics. It's just little guys going around and it's fun. But Earth 2 with the graphics that it has, oh my God, that's gonna get so many people on board. I can't wait. Lynn X says tax is good if government is smart enough to know and how to use it. I agree 100%. Unfortunately, just the way those taxes are spent, the government the reason why I'm no longer a big conspiracy theorist, where I used to be like 10 years ago, 10 years ago I was like, oh, the government can do this and they can do that and they're so smart and just the manipulation. And then I started working for the government, going into the military, and I was like, oh, I gave the government far too much credit. Like far too much credit. Like they're just people, and people on average are relatively not that smart, and a lot of them are very, very smart, but a lot of people that go into politicians, one, if you want to be a politician, you just most likely it's for the wrong reasons, corruption and again, favors being back and forth. The whole thing needs a huge overhaul. But yeah, I think we give the government far too much credit, and people that get voted into office, they have agendas, and maybe it starts out good, but people change and agendas change. I do not trust the government with my money at all. Can you please explain the ETF, please? So no problem, Nimba Creations. ETF is when you have a company that has say like, hey, you know what? We have a good money manager. We have a good person that is a good investor, good at classic investing. Give us all of your money, or give us as much money as you want, and we'll manage your money for you, and we'll put it into what this ETF is called. Like they'll have ARK Invest has a bunch of ETFs. One is for genomics, like they have CRISPR, they have Illumina, they have a bunch of other stuff. One is for electric vehicles or for energy or whatever. So one will be in energy. So you'll have a couple of stocks in wind, a couple of stocks in solar, a couple of stocks in whatever. So a Bitcoin ETF would just mean, hey, I'm going to get Bitcoin, I'm going to get Bitcoin Cash, maybe I'm going to get some Ethereum, I'm going to get a bunch of these Bitcoin related products. And you have that with, let's say the most famous ones is probably SPY, a Spider, or the VOO. They just ETFs for the S&P 500, just the top 500 companies, which I would never go into that because out of the top 500 companies, like there's like at least 20 that I just don't like. At least 20 that was like, all right, you're dinosaurs. I wouldn't want to do that. But yeah, as far as the Bitcoin ETF, you're going to have a bunch of people that are going to be like, oh, what is this? And then Fidelity and Wells Fargo, JP Morgan Chase, all these people are going to be like, hey, yeah, we're only as soon as they said a couple months ago, we're only going to cater to our clients that have 10 figures and above. That's when rich people knew, oh, you're only going to give this to me and not these poor people. In. They know exactly how to manipulate. Which is smart on the banks, but short term, but long term, as people would be like, we see what the banks are doing. Like it's not a secret anymore, and this is why I trust my own analysis over other market analysis, because the information that we have is the exact same. They might get it a day or two quicker, but the information that we have is the exact same. That's why when you have these automobile analysts that were asked to cover Tesla. Well, they didn't realize that you can't cover Tesla as a normal car company because they're not. They're a software company. They just happen to make cars. They're an energy company that happens to make cars. There are a dozen different startups, but these people are looking at it like a car company, and you can. They're like, oh, this is overvalued, and there's so much FUD for so long, and there still is, honestly. But yeah, Tesla's won the decade as far as that goes. So I hope that explains a little bit what an ETF is. It's basically you give a money manager this money, and they manage it by buying Bitcoin, Bitcoin Cash, Bitcoin, whatever, anything else. And there's like a dozen or so waiting to be approved. And the SEC has until October 28th. That's the last day they have to make a decision on the first one, and the rest came after. But because Brazil has, Canada made one, and Brazil made like two, Canada made another one, and Brazil made a third. So it does put pressure on America to do that. And we do have someone that is pro-crypto at the SEC. A lot of times when Bitcoin was tried to have it in the past, they had an anti-crypto person in the SEC that just shot it down. But now we don't. Now we have someone that's positive, very pro-crypto. And I like that because when that Bitcoin ETF gets approved, and it will at some point, even if not October, although I believe October, this super cycle to the moon. And again, you could look at Bitcoin, you could look at great stocks that, okay, every so often they have a mass correction, they have a mass dip. But zoom out, what are they doing, in the last couple of years? Yeah, in the last couple of months, you might have this, but it's still far up from where it was. And, and then in the future, it goes like that. No matter what guitar saying, bet anything on your hair. I didn't do my 30-minute Patreon member shout out. Let him know that we're still rock and roll. I don't care about my makeup. I go better with my jeans all ripped up. Don't know how to keep my mouth shut. You said, so what? Sorry, a little bit of an Avril Lavigne mood. Bet anything on your hair. That $5 super chat means the world to me, no matter what guitar. Yeah, I ain't gonna bet this hair. I can't. I physically can't. Raythax said, with that $5 super chat, appreciate it. Said, this dip is perfect for E2 crypto. When it comes out, nowhere to go but up. Yeah, this would be amazing. Building on Raythax's premise there, if we have a Earth 2 crypto that comes out in conjunction with phase 2, which again could be this month, it could be any day, but I still say most likely in July, even though the developers are pushing for June. I still think it'll be in July. That's fine, which is again fine. If the Earth 2 crypto comes out with that, oh my God, it's gonna moon so hard. But it might not. They might just start off with Essence. They might just start off with Jewels. They might just start off with the mining of the resources, which again is fine. just the start of phase two, I'm happy about everything. And again, things of being on the blockchain, things of it. There's just so much to be excited for. And I haven't seen really any Earth 2 hit pieces in a while, so I think the other people have moved on. They're like, that's fine. They're like, look, I don't want to play with you anymore. You know, like our realty is like Woody. Yeah. Noel Guitar says, I want my money back. You lied. You crazy. He says LMFAO. He's joking. Vasilio, what's going on, buddy? How's it going? Howdy. Maxwell Cook says, if another stimulus comes in, 90% of it is going to OMI and ETH. Yeah. I would not blame you if I can get that. Oh, heck yeah. That's what's going on. George 17 says, I hate Trump. A lot of people do. You have people in that anyone but Trump crowd, which I also think is dangerous. Like, you could dislike Trump all you want. Again, a lot of people do, but saying anyone but Trump is very, very dangerous, because that means like you're blind. You're like, oh, well, not Trump. Okay, well, that person could be like an animal killer, or just just a horrible person. So yeah, like, wanna dislike or hate Trump, that's fine. Go and like someone that appeals to your values, appeals to what you think is right and moral and just and good. But say like anyone but anyone, like, oh, anyone but Clinton, anyone but Trump, like, yeah, please do not say that, because that's how sometimes you get into bad predicaments. But yeah, if another stimulus check comes in, yeah, I would buy pretty much more. I'd split it between Bitcoin and OMI, unless the Earth 2 crypto is out by then. I have to catch up. So if the Earth 2 crypto comes out, all of that stimulus check is going to Earth 2 crypto, because I don't have any yet, because it's not out. But yeah, that's going to change my investing. That's going to change it all. It's going to do a complete 180. It's like, well, now I got to stop most of it and put it on the Earth 2 crypto just because I have to catch up. And then, yeah, we'll see. Zayla says, if you have kids, there's another stimulus starting in July. $3,600 for children under 5 and $3,000 for 6 to 18. Okay, so that's the new stimulus. That's only if you have kids. Well, fortunately, unfortunately, I do not have kids, and oh yeah, no, I get short of breath even just thinking about it. Lynn X says, USA is crazy giving out those stimulus checks like it's nothing. Yeah, I agree. Like, printing. Again, this is also why I keep. I will do a video on why I keep so little cash in my account, but I know I keep saying I'm going to do that, but I don't. This is why I don't trust the dollar. This is why I'm buying into Bitcoin, because the U.S., what they're doing, they're printing trillions of dollars. What happens when you make, like, let's say dollars were a crypto. You're printing trillions of dollars more I don't care how much mass adoption you have. I don't care if it's the reserve currency. Printing that much just makes the value go down. You see that with inflation. The inflation tax is something that nobody talks about. You print money, the value of what you have goes down. Like, that's a tax. And then you have to pay at the grocery store, you get taxed again. And then the fact that you have, let's say, bananas are 50 cents and then go up to 75 cents, that is a tax. Everything that I hate, oh my God, it all stems from printing money. Like, it all stems from the Federal Reserve, and it just, I hate that. I hate that so much, which is, again, why I'm buying Bitcoin. I'm buying OMI. Yes, OMI can be measured in cash, but you could also sell OMI for probably anything else. Again, Bitcoin, you could sell that for Ethereum, you can sell it for whatever. Like, yeah, very disliking what the country's doing to the dollar. George 17 says tax is good if government knows how to use it. So wrong. Oh, well, no, the actual statement is correct. If the government does know how to use it and they use it for good things, that is correct. Unfortunately, we almost never see that happen. Well, some things the government do is good. They upkeep, like, the national parks, and they upkeep there's a huge conspiracy theories about national parks, though, where, like, believe that I think Teddy Roosevelt made the national parks because of the fact that there might be Wendigos and there might be skinwalkers, things that, like, all these Native American tribes had in common. Like, they all told stories of that, and I believe that they're still there, and he believed they were still there, and he made the National Park Service just to take them out. But yeah, so government, but again, a lot of what government does is gives the military so they can bomb brown people in other countries, which that hurt. But at the same time, it's okay. Well, military definitely does a lot of. That is a gross misconception that I just said. yes, sometimes civilians collateral damage that does happen, but no, U.S. military, we take out some really bad people. Like it's some really bad people. Like not even the fact that like being in combat. Sometimes some people, again, I've never been in combat, so I just don't want to let you guys know. But some friends that have say like, yeah, it wasn't the fact in combat, it was the fact that what happened, why we had to engage in combat. Where, um, these Taliban terrorists are literally like they're just like doing bad things to women and like putting acid on kids' faces and like not like the good acid, like the bad acid, and just like the U.S. military taking out some really bad people. Like there are some like there's evil in the world that exists, and U.S. military fights it. Like there is some like those people deserve to die. Like, and I'm all about like love. I'm all about like no, let's all pick Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, grab a beer, listen to good music. I guarantee you, if you have a problem with someone, you can find something in common and build from there. I'm all about that, but there are some really bad people in this world, and yeah. So not to be too much of a Debbie Downer. Nobel Guitar says Bitcoin tattoo would be awesome. If it goes down to 10 grand, you're gonna see it on my body somewhere. Noah Guitar says it's my own prediction. Watchman, Tesla has nothing to do with cars. Really, SpaceX and Elon. I'm not hating, just being real. And I think a sell-off in the market will happen in October, Q4, and Tesla down. Honestly, I don't even want to say I hope you're right because although I would buy at those prices, I would because I would have had that time. At that time, my Trophy Kangas couldn't be sold. I would have had my thing in Bitcoin. I would have had my fill in OMI, and I would have had my fill in Earth 2 crypto at that point. So at that point, yeah, maybe I would go and take a buy some more Teslas. I only have 188 shares, but I don't see that happening. I see, and why? Another reason why I don't see that happening is because Nancy Pelosi, which if you can go and take a look at one of my videos that I did on this, says why Nancy Pelosi belongs in jail. And I don't mean like, oh, because of that. No, I mean actually because she's on the congressional committee, and you can't take congressional things that you hear in congressional hearings, and you can't go to the stock market with that, which she didn't. But her husband is very big into the stock market. I think he has his own like company or whatever, and based on that, on what was happening in December, he was going long on these Tesla calls at like $500 a call because Nancy Pelosi knew that Joe Biden was going to approve when he got sworn into office that Tesla was going to be reinstated their $7,000 tax credit so people can buy it so they can buy more. She knew, and politicians are not wrong at this type of thing because they have insider information. So that's why. And they were buying at $500 long calls in December of 2020. So there's no way that happens. Also, again, Tesla's just taken over the world, and maybe you're right. And if you're right at that time, cool, I'll buy more. Couldn't we make another bet on that, Nomad Guitar? All right, yeah, Nomad Guitar. You said 450, right? So, said by I'm thinking about some of Q4. So, 450. Can we make a bet? Let's say a $10 bet by January, or I'm sorry, by the last trading day on December. If it is not $450, if it's 451 or above, you owe me $10. And if it's 450, let's say if it's 450.99 or below, I owe you $10. Can we make that bet? Daddy Dollars, that $5 super chat says, "What's up, Randy? Good morning. Glad to see you still hanging for." Yeah, of course, always the OMI bull. Again, all these catalysts that should be driving the price up. It's not just because of what's happening with Bitcoin. That supersedes everything, and it's going down. And yeah, this they sell out everything. Every drop has been a success, even though I haven't gotten any ultra rares. I love it. I love everything about the company, the VV company, and OMI. It's going to have its day. It's just a matter of when. Chima Chakmul says Alibaba purchased a lot of Bitcoin. Oh, all right. For those of you that don't know what Alibaba is the Amazon of China. Alibaba is what do you call it? And again, in China, in order to be successful, you got to pay the government. You gotta go, and the government wants its stuff. So they pay the government. They are so super successful, and they had their IPO years ago in America, but they are the Amazon of China, and I feel horrible for the Amazon workers, the warehouse workers in the U.S. because their working conditions are so harsh, and they look for reasons to fire them after a few years. For the warehouse workers, which are a lot of black and brown people, a lot of minorities, they have no chance to move up because they don't hire from within for management. They outside management, and I feel so bad for that. But you see a lot of U.S. people like breaking down, like on TikTok, on YouTube. They are just literally crying because of what their job is doing to them. Guarantee you that does not happen in China. Guarantee you in China they are working their little Chinese butts off because that's what you do. The Chinese people are one of the hardest working people I've ever seen, and yeah, that's why they're so successful. Is because they have just workhorses for them, and I mean people, not actual workhorses, actual people, but and they won't quit. They won't quit their jobs. They will go and continue. They would rather seppuku themselves and jump off buildings than they would actually quit their jobs, just because that's just what they do. So anyway, for Alibaba to go and buy Bitcoin, yeah, that's a huge multi-billion-dollar company. It might even be bigger than Grayscale and MicroStrategy. That might be along. I don't know if it's. I have to check to see if they're bigger than Square or not. I don't know if they are, but yeah, Amazon. The fact that they bought that is huge. So thank you, Chema Chakmul, for letting me know of that news. That makes me. Mysterio says SpaceX is a scam. It says Randy will be mega rich if he goes all in on OMI. I'm trying so hard. I only have like 11.5 million. I should have 12 million by tomorrow once I can go and sell this card again as soon. And not even the Trophy Kangaskhan, just this shining riot shoe that I have, that $1,900. Boom, boom, bada boom, bada bing. Macedo says only accept homes in Long Beach, Long Island as payment. Yeah, that'd be like a $500,000 house, Long Beach. I don't know if I could for the Trophy Kangaskhan. Maybe I could, and then just get a mortgage on it, and then take that mortgage and buy all that. Then yeah, I could probably do that. Facilio says, IRS, Mr. Facilio, where is the crypto you bought and sold in 2021? Sent it to the wrong wallet. Oh, God. Yeah, that's a big fear. No Bad with Guitar says, no deducting taxes from stock losses and crypto. You can lose 20,000, but only deduct 3,000. Oh, okay. That's what you meant. So you can only deduct $3,000 a year? Are you sure? Oh, wow. That's insane. And it rolls over for the next few years. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, so I guess crypto works differently than stocks. In which case, I might have just been wrong. So, according to Nomad, again, this is why I said talk to your accountant. Definitely talk to your accountant. But according to Nomad Guitar, says deducting taxes from stock losses, you can do, I guess, whatever. But crypto is completely different. You can only do $3,000 and claim $3,000 in losses when it comes to crypto. I think, but but taxes, I know you can do that. But crypto, I guess you can't, which is, or again, it might have been different for me just because I did it through the business, or one of my businesses anyway. Quachoto says, you still bullish of Pokemon long term? Yeah, 100%. Like, it kills me to sell this TrophyCon for this low, Trophy Kangaskhan for this low, but I plan to buy it back just because this is going to be $1 million card before 2030. Guarantee it. I'm bullish on all of these things. Again, we're in a buyer's market right now. If Bitcoin and OMI and Earth 2 didn't exist, I wouldn't have sold anything. I would be buying on this dip because, again, we're in a buyer's market right now. We haven't had a buyer's market since like 2018. So, yeah, this is really good. Wingale Rigson said, 3 million OMI opportunity I would have never afforded. So you have 3 million, I think now? Yeah, that's great. If you have 3 million, I believe you'll be a millionaire. Mid to late 2020s. So said, it's not the government, it's industry that's in bed with the government. Yes, it is. Congrats, Wangel. Omi Homie Mike Jack, how far? Oh wow, I'm still 20 minutes behind. Omi Homie Mike Jack says, do you buy more Omi, or do you think the price could drop more? I buy Omi as often as I can. Doesn't matter what the price is. Yeah, price could drop more. Could have a K-shaped recovery starting now. I don't know, but I don't know what the future brings. It could drop more. I hope it does, so this way I can buy more at that discount. But I have no idea what it does. Vasile says HSBC is doing the same thing, only catering to $75,000 in account customers in the USA. Yeah, I mean at least that's a little better than what Fidelity's doing, where they're just like only $10 million or more. It's ridiculous. So HSBC, at least they're doing that. And again, they'll bring it out to us eventually. They just want to take care of their top clients first. The flappers. Yeah. Christian Velasco says, "Hey man, hope you have a great morning. Grabbed a couple of $100 of OMI at 0.0012. Dude, I'm so jealous. I'm so jealous. I have a half a mind to end the stream right now and to go and send all that out there. And I might. Oh. Sorry, girl, but you missed out. Well, tough luck, that boy's mine now. We are more than just good friends. This is how the story ends. Too bad that you couldn't see." Sorry, I love Avril Lavigne. Yeah, so I had a great morning. Just being here with y'all is legit. Vasilio says, "Trump is what real men aspire to be." I mean, very, very successful. Very, very. I've read his book, or I've listened. I should say I've listened to his book. He's had a bunch of them, but just The Art of the Deal. I've listened to that twice. So good, and it just makes you a better salesman. Makes you like a better person. Like you feel like you can make any deal after listening to a couple of those chapters. And he created the Space Force. Did a lot of really good historical things in his presidency. So yeah. George17 says, "I love Trump. It's a joke. LOL." Oh, you got me. You got me, George. Quachoto says, "Not the good acid, but the bad acid." Yeah, it was the bad acid. Bill Scott says, "Any thoughts on Roblox stock?" People love it. All right, again, watch what kids are doing. Kids love Roblox. Kid I used to live with, my friend's kids, every kid I know loves Minecraft and Roblox, and yeah, they enjoy it a lot. So it's probably good long term. I don't have it though, and I haven't even looked into the company, looked into the stock. But if I had like $1 billion, yeah, I'll throw $1,000 in there, something like that. Christian Velasco says, "Kamala Harris just came to Mexico and insinuated that Elon Musk could buy the new presidential plane we are selling. Hope he does." So, Christian Velasco, are you from Mexico? And Elon Musk could buy the new presidential plane we are selling. Why would Elon Musk buy the... Maybe he doesn't have a plane. Honestly, he doesn't even have... He has like 1 more or 2 more houses left. Like, because a bunch of people are like trying to fight him, be like, "Oh, you're just another billionaire with these houses." And he's like, okay, so he's selling all his houses. And he's like, okay, well, what now? Yeah, so he's going to have no houses soon. So I don't know if he would actually buy a plane. Or if he already has one. Again, I don't know. Claude Choto says, "Pokemon taught me the Japanese are more creative than Americans." I'm 100. Even though I love things like regular show, like Adventure Time, Avatar: The Last Airbender, or even like the 90s. You had Batman the Animated Series, you had Spider-Man, you had Justice League. There's some really good writing. There is in American TV shows, but Japanese writing, like anime, just has such a way with words and the writing, and you can tell the passion of people that are doing the voice acting, and honest to God effort goes into these characters, into these shows, and they're so good. Fairy Tail, Attack on Titan, My Hero Academia, Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z, all of these things are so good. Even things like, I don't really like sports, but Kuroko's basketball is so good. Oh my God, there's so many different things. Like you have 7 Deadly Sins, and you have Sword Art Online. Like I can't even tell you, like, if you like cartoons, or even if you like more adult stuff, and you don't you haven't seen anime, do yourself a favor. Watch Fairy Tail. Watch watch Attack on Titan, Sword Art. They're so heckin' good. I love it. And the writing is better on average than American writing. Bill Scott says, "Randy, do you own any Roblox stock?" I don't. I do not. The only stock I have left is Tesla. Amar Youssef says, "Hey Randy, do you think we entered the crypto winter territory? I continue to pile up on OMIs. It's possible, but not yet. You know how sometimes we get like a false like, oh, this is a really cold day, or like, oh, this is like a winter summer or something like that. Glimpses of it, but no. It's all contingent, I believe, on that Bitcoin ETF that I think is going to be approved in October. I think it's all contingent on that." Diego in Brazil says, "Hi Randy, what do you think about the naysayers who believe OMI won't ever get a Pokemon deal?" Well, Diego in Brazil, I believe that the deal has already happened. It's just that right now they're already selling out, and I'm just putting myself in the mind of if I owned VV. Okay, well, their marketplace is already down for maintenance like once a week. Sometimes they take the app and the app goes down for maintenance as well. They're not going to want to announce Pokemon. Well, they're already selling out on everything that they have. Everything they make, they sell. They do not have a demand problem at all. What I see happening is that there's so many people that want already, and they don't want to announce Pokemon. They don't want to announce all these big things just because. Excuse me. Just because they that would just bring more people to the site, which they don't need right now. They're not advertising. Why? Because they don't need to. They have us making videos. They have Givenchy on Instagram, which is 1.9 million followers, making videos about it. So they themselves aren't advertising, but other companies are, and for them, and they are just not having they're saving all of that money, and right now they want to get the app more down. They want to get, they don't want to announce it yet. If I were them, I wouldn't announce it either. I don't care that the crypto is in the toilet right now. Good for all the hodlers that are going to buy a dollar cost average down there. I did not, like, if I were to buy right now, I could get, if I were to sell that trophy Kangaskhan and just get 90 million OMI, I would have 100 million because I have, yeah. God, that's insane. That would literally make me 100 millionaire when it reaches $1. God, that's absolutely bananas. Anyway, yeah, and we have one of my guys, JP, that has well over, he has like 124 million. And that guy, Andre Jick, the guy that spent $150,000 in this at a penny or close to a penny, has 60 million OMI. Do you think that guy's worrying? No, because of what it's attached to. It's again, feels, but he's mentioned it in other videos, like good products, good NFTs like Akomi. So none of the people that have been here before, that have been punched in the face financial before, are worrying. We're not. So take a breath to your elder investors, even though I'm probably younger than a good deal of you. People that have been here before, that have been investing for a long time, this happens. This is very, very normal for big corrections like this, especially when we have that. But as far as we're in a crypto winter, I don't know. Like I said, I believe it'll be an ETF. And Pokemon, I believe that Pokemon will be announced probably next year. Again, they have 3 things of Star Trek, like Generations, Pickard, and something else. And then they have 3 things of Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, the Lost World. They have so many of those that they've announced, but they haven't had actual drops yet for. So they're going to want to fulfill all of the orders and all of the hype that they had for these things that they dropped already. MLB Players Association, NFL Players Association. They have all those things that they want to be able to fulfill before they announce other things. Like I said, Hello Kitty, Shrek, and DreamWorks, and heckin' G.I. Joe, My Little Pony, and Transformers. So heckin' huge. So yeah, they're gonna want. I think they're not gonna announce Pokemon until next year probably. And again, I think they already have it, but that's just my thing. Simon Cole says pump and dump coin. Not at all. Grandmaster Mawile says, hear gunshots popping off in the distance in Minneapolis. Oh, stay inside. Safest thing you can do in the hood. Stay inside, watch TV, get in the tub. Yep, that's what you do. Nomad Will Guitar says 100. Oh my God, Smooches, I love you. I hope you have a good day. Goodbye, Smooches. Meow. Oh, I'm only 4 minutes behind on comments now. Christian Velasco says, yes, bro. I'm from Monterrey, Mexico. Always great watching your videos. Thank you. Glad to have people worldwide that watch. Really appreciate it. Noah Guitar was a business owner at one point. Familiar with that 1099, says he's been there. He says, same as stocks and crypto. Are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure Trump has written off a lot of losses on his stocks, much greater than $3,000 a year. Again, I don't know. Again, that was Trump, but one of my business partners had done that as well, written off a lot more than $3,000 worth of losses. So again, I don't know what it takes to have an accountant, whether what that is technically, maybe it's a loophole that some accountants do that maybe shouldn't be done, but again, loophole. I don't know. NorthAmericanHemp.com says, we broke a pretty technical level on Bitcoin today. in his 2017 run, it dropped from 19,000 to 3,000 by the low before the new bottom. I think if 24,000 breaks by 2017 stats, Bitcoin could hit 12 to 14,000 at the lowest before a new run. If we were in a crypto winter, I 100%, but I don't know that we actually are. I believe that right now we're still in the bull cycle. It's just a mass correction because we've seen mass corrections like this before in bull cycles. And also the fact that, again, that ETF, and I know I keep bringing that up, but again, look to the people that have money. What are they doing? Are they selling their Bitcoin? They're not. They're loading up on it. Literally, Michael Saylor, CEO of MicroStrategy, is raising stock. He's raising funds. He's liquidating more stock so he can raise more funds to buy more Bitcoin. You have Alibaba that's buying Bitcoin. You have Square that buys it. You have Grayscale. Like I said, MicroStrategy. And Tesla, I don't know if it's buying more. I think they just have what they have. I think Twitter's going to buy it as well because CEO Jack Dorsey, he's CEO of Square and Twitter. So if he's buying it for one company, you can be damn sure he's going to buy it for the other. Bitcoin will, like I said, Cathie Wood, one of the best, if not probably the best investor of our time, better than Warren Buffett in my opinion, has said that everyone should have Bitcoin in their portfolio, and you should do it. The original was like 60% stocks and like 40% like securities, like bonds or whatever. But she said the new deal, what you should have is like 60 is like 40% stocks, 40% bonds, and 20% crypto. Although I don't think any bonds. I don't think we should take bonds at all. I think it should be, if you want to buy stocks, great. But Bitcoin is by far for me, one of the safest investments and one of the things that's going to make you a lot of money. Obviously, you get some Bitcoin, especially boomers, that just don't know about. Maybe they know about Bitcoin, and maybe Ethereum, but all these other altcoins, they have no idea. A lot of it is just us younger people, and what's going to happen in the coming years? Well, those older people, maybe they'll buy some, but they might not. We're going to get more money. We're going to keep buying, and the younger generation is going to get older, and they're going to keep buying. That's why I was bullish on Uber for a while, because okay, well, does any of our parents, like my dad took an Uber once in his life. My friend Paul has never taken a bunch of these. They don't take Ubers. Well, what's going to happen? Those old people are going to continue to not take Ubers, but the younger people that are like 10 and 12 years old, as they get older, they're going to take Ubers. And what happens? The Uber thing goes, and I had Uber stock for a while because of that. But then I saw Tesla with their full self-driving. I was like, oh, all right, yeah. Uber's going to go down at some point. And I continue to believe that a lot of these other, thank you guys for 20 likes, a lot of these other car companies are not going to survive the decade because they're still making ICE cars, they're still making internal combustion engines. And if you're not all in on electric, you're just not going to happen. I like Volkswagen because Volkswagen CEO recognizes, says like, hey, Tesla's ahead of us right now, but we're going to catch up. So I like the fact that they're honest with that. You have the CEO of GM saying like, yeah, we're going to put in like $8 billion or however many billions of dollars into electric cars. Okay, good. But when asked about their main competitors, like, well, we look at all competitors. Like, I understand you're in between a rock and a hard place, but if you can't even admit to your shareholders that Tesla is ahead of you by years, like, what do they want to do? They want to do 1 million electric vehicle sales. This is GM by 2025. Tesla's going to do that, if not this year, next year. But you aim to do that by 2025. Years behind Tesla. I said Tesla will eat everyone's lunch as far as electric vehicles go. So if you want stocks, that's what my only stock is Tesla. R8 says, what up, Randy? Still trying to buy the dips when I can before the move to immutable X. Same here, mate. Same here. And that'll be very good for it as well. Dr. Professor Kaminsky says, China going to take over? I believe in the future they can. China's playing the long game, man. They're smart. Dr. Professor says, if you're smart, you should be bullish on Chinese stocks. I actually don't know a lot about Chinese stocks. I don't. So that's just not my wheelhouse at all. My wheelhouse is a lot of American things, like stocks, like crypto, Pokemon cards, high-risk lending. That's pretty much what it is. I've talked for a long time. I still have a thing tonight that I have to do. Thank you, everyone, for the super chats. Those mean the world to me. They really, really do. Absolutely bananas. You guys help feed me. That is great. NorthAmericanHemp.com says, I'm a total bull long-term, but saw the same thing in 2013 as 2017. From the MTGOX height, Bitcoin went from 150 summer 2013 to 1200 by that December. Then it fell that same amount as 2017. So thanks for all. Okay, and that's all right. I got to go back to his other comment. In 2017, it dropped from 19K to 3K by the low before the new bottom. I think if 24K breaks by 20 if 24K breaks, then by 2017 standards, Bitcoin would hit 12 to 14 at lowest before new run, and that's possible as well. So if that does happen, if it goes below 24 grand, and it goes down to 12 to 14K, oh my God, load up so much on that, and then we go in another bull run again for some. But if it does that, I hope it does that soon, because summer's here. Summer's here for like 2 days now. Polotasi Asaguitana says Bitcoin pumping back to the moon. Oh, all right. Short-lived. But again, if you look at the last 12 hours, 24 hours, it's done that so many times already. So I think it's mass manipulation. And again, if it continues to go down, great. We'll buy. Well, I hope it does. I hope that NorthAmericanHemp.com is correct, and that we have that, and then we have this, bull run super cycle. But I don't see it right now. But again, it's possible. And if it does, great. We can buy a lot more. NorthAmericanHemp.com says the info and your opinion just hooped in. Dr. Kavinsky says, I'm kind of sad though. Lost like 35% of my investment due to playing unsafe kind of gambling. And I feel like I failed. Well, what did you do that you failed with gambling? I mean, if you're not selling, then you haven't lost. And as long as you bought good things, then you're probably fine. Again, these things, they happen. In 2020, again, we had that whole big pandemic thing happen. Huge dip came in. What happened? Did people panic sell? Yeah, a lot of people did, and they lost money. Like I said, whether it's stocks, whether it's Bitcoin, whether it's Pokemon cards, money does not go from the rich to the poor. It does have a flow, and it goes from the impatient to the patient. I've said that before, say it again. It goes from the impatient to the patient. If you're patient, you'll have the biggest gains. Again, just historically, that's what's happened. Azuro Peru says, are you buying Bitcoin now, or you will wait? I buy Bitcoin and OMI as often as I can. As soon as I have money, more Bitcoin and OMI. Just because I don't want to try to get cute and try to time it down here and then so, I don't think I have that ability. I don't think I'm smart enough, but I just buy it as soon as I can. That's if you're smart enough. Again, Raythax, he saw it, sold it down here, and then bought right down here. Raythax is a champion. Pretty sure Raythax is smarter than me. I'm pretty sure. Need advice from Raythax, but yeah, again, you can do that. You can have those different types of things. I just don't feel comfortable doing that. That's just not. Timing has never been on my side. I get very lucky with a lot of things because I buy good companies and I'll buy them all the way down, but I don't know when the bottom is. I don't know when the top is, and nobody can time the market consistently. Yeah, you can get lucky every now and then, but you just can't time it consistently, and I don't even want to try. NorthAmericanHemp.com says, thanks for your thoughts and info. I do hope I'm wrong also. Oh no, I hope you're right. I hope it does go down to the 12, because then we could buy then. Buy there. And maybe our timeline would have to move so that Bitcoin doesn't get 150 grand by the end of the year. Maybe it only gets back to 60 or 70 grand, maybe new all-time highs by the end of the year. And maybe OMI doesn't hit the 8 cents like I thought it would. Maybe it actually only does hit 1 cent or 3 cents, which again is fine. You're like 20xing your money if it's 3 cents, which is ridiculous. Motiva Productions, what's going on, man? It says, hey champ, need your opinion. Should I buy Bitcoin or OMI right now, in your opinion? Well, Bitcoin's definitely safer. Both of them have the potential to go lower, but which one do I think can 10x by the end of this year or 20x by the end of this year? OMI. Bitcoin will probably, what is it, 30,000 now, 20x in the next 5 years, be 600,000 coin, but OMI for me, again, even though OMI is a lot riskier, I know it's attached to a great company. I believe in OMI will go quicker. But again, if you want to be safer and still have some great returns, Bitcoin. But again, if I had just the choice to buy one, I don't know. Even though I actually don't know. Probably OMI. Yeah, I would love to do OMI. Again, if it was just me, if I had the choice to just buy one, I would probably just do OMI. Just because I know in my mind, well, if I lose it, I can always make more money back. I can always make more money. So That's what my things are. Dr. Fresco is smart word says I was delusional that it might go up short term wise, too. Which again, it still might, but you know, short term I don't know or care what it does. Long term, I know what it's going to do. Bill Scott says almost 32K. Oh, all right, there we go. I'm glad I bought some. Oh God, glad I bought some more this morning. I wonder what OMI's doing now that Bitcoin's going up. It went from 29K to 32K, so it went up like 10%. I wonder what OMI's doing right now because of that. Anyway, guys, I do have to bounce. I have so much to do today to go over that card. I'm gonna do one more Patreon member shout out because we are close to that hour and a half right now. I sit around and watch the tube, but nothing's on. I change the channels for an hour or two. Twiddle my thumbs just for a bit. I'm sick of all the same. Sorry, guys. Just Green Day. I love Green Day. Just Longview. Good song. Do you think that if I play safer, I might make it back? I think if you don't sell, you can make it back. If you're investing in what I think is good companies like Tesla, Bitcoin, OMI, Earth 2, then yeah, if you buy and hold, I think it'll only go up in the future, despite all the peaks and valleys and the volatility that's going to happen. But again, that's just me. I buy and hold. If you're looking for like quick flip, I'm not good at that. I'm not. I'm not good at the quick flip because I don't know or care what it does in the short term. But long term, yeah, know where it's going. Motive Patrons, yeah, I agree with you. I think I'll split 75% in OMI, 25% in Bitcoin. Yeah, probably a good idea. Usually I was pretty accurate with my predictions. But every once in a while, like, you can be wrong every once in a while. Like, I'm trying to think why someone was wrong. I was wrong saying I didn't think we'd get this low with OMI, but we are. But we are. Wangel Rigson says OMI went up to 0.00148. No, I missed it. No. All right, it's all right. I'll get it down here again, which is fine. Still thinking 20x. Yeah, easily 20x by the end of the year. It's only 3 cents. It's nothing. But anyway, guys, I do have to go. I love you. Just comment, like, and subscribe. Comments are good for the YouTube algorithm. Everyone say bye-bye to Dashi. Bye-bye, Dashi. And again, thank you guys for those super chats. Those mean the world to me. I love you all. Bye.